Hi, Taehyung lovers. Welcome back once again to the Taehyung Lovers channel, the most honest, warmest, and most curiosity-provoking home for all Kim Taehyung lovers around the world. Seriously, don't go anywhere, because in this video, we're not only talking about Kim Taehyung as the most handsome man in the world, but about a side the cameras rarely show. His very real closeness with Jungkook and Jin. Small moments that seem simple, yet end up shaking the emotions of millions. Here, you'll discover why the bond between Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jin is not just content, why this moment made fans around the world fall silent, smile, and even feel angry, and why this December is being called a moment Army will not easily forget. Watch until the very last second, because one small detail at the end of this video could change the way you see Kim Taehyung forever. And don't forget, like the video, write your thoughts in the comments, subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with your closest friends, because if you're here, it means you're not just a viewer, you are a true Taehyung lover. This determines everything, because what happened in December 2025 was not just an ordinary Weverse Live, nor a sweet moment that simply passed and disappeared. This was an emotional explosion, proof of the power of real human connection. And if you still believe BTS's togetherness is nothing more than fan service content, this story will make you angry, shocked, and utterly silent. The screen showed Kim Taehyung sitting calmly, his face neutral, yet filled with meaning. But it captured something far more dangerous to the viewer's heart. Laughter, spontaneous gestures, and small interactions that felt too honest to be staged. The numbers on the screen were not an illusion. 3,978,285 live viewers and 71,058,323 likes. These are not just statistics. They are the world's reaction. So the question is, why could something this simple shake millions of people? This is where Taehyung said a sentence that completely shifted the atmosphere. Honestly, I plan to really show my good condition properly at the concert. This time, I want to show a more solid and grounded side of myself. Kim Taehyung revealed. It sounded simple, but psychologically, it was incredibly powerful. He wasn't selling an image. He was lowering his guard. In an entertainment world full of masks, this kind of honesty feels almost dangerous because it's too real. Then he laughed. They laughed, enjoying each other's company without a script, and viewers collectively wondered, is this a dream? The next moment was even more surprising. Taehyung said lightly, yet full of meaning, "Before I turn this off, I need to say this. Jungkook, you've been to my house, right? I made a zone in my house to thank the members." That sentence triggered a spontaneous reaction. That's right. Tell them. This isn't a grand story about massive stages. It's about a private space, about someone who built a special corner in his home not for trophies or awards, but for gratitude. And right there, Jungkook, without saying much, picked up water for Taehyung and Jin. A small gesture. Yet, that was the exact moment many viewers felt like crying. Because sincere care is often louder than grand words. This live reached millions not because of promotion, but because of emotional authenticity. Weverse data showed a rare spike in real-time interaction, even compared to major events. This confirms one fact. The influence of Kim Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jin is not just popularity. It's emotional trust. They don't shout to be noticed. They simply exist. And that presence is deeply felt. Taehyung was seen constantly encouraging Jin and Jungkook amid their busy schedules. Not on a big stage, but in a small space that felt the most honest of all. Then Kim Taehyung said something that left many people silent. "Because I live with gratitude toward the members." He laughed and added, "This is really funny." Funny, he said, but for viewers it hurt. Because not everyone has a circle that supports each other like this. This is the emotional trigger that made some people angry, some jealous, and others quietly cry. Why does genuine togetherness feel so rare in a world full of image building? When talking about Jin, Kim Taehyung's voice changed. Softer, more respectful. Jin Hyung is someone who shows his authentic self to others, Kim Taehyung said. He emphasized that Jin never pretends. Always natural, humble, and exactly who he is. From a social psychology perspective, this matters. Humans instinctively trust figures whose words and actions align. And Jin is a living example of that. Even now, Taehyung said, look at how open he is. No role, no mask. When Jin admitted he wanted to sing Blue and Gray because he loves the song, yet hesitated because it brings back sad memories, the room fell silent. This is where empathy works. Not all sadness needs to be displayed. So Taehyung unexpectedly shifted the mood. Fly Me to the Moon in his signature style. Kim Taehyung's baritone flowed warm, grounded, and deep. Jungkook and Jin listened without needing many words. This wasn't just about vocal technique. It was about choosing light. When someone is on the verge of sinking into memory, and this is where the article ends with a question it deliberately refuses to answer. Was this just an ordinary live? Or are we witnessing a new standard of emotional honesty in the global entertainment industry? Did their togetherness make you smile? Or did it make you angry because it reminded you how rare genuine relationships truly are? Write your thoughts in the comments, because one thing is certain. December 2025 will not be remembered as the end of the year, but as a moment when a small laugh, a glass of water, and one song made millions feel far too close for this to be called mere entertainment. Taehyung lovers, if you're still here until this second, it means you truly felt what we just talked about, not just watching, but sinking into the story itself. And remember one thing, what you saw today is not the end. This is only the beginning, because behind one of Taehyung's laughs, behind one of Jungkook's glances, and behind one simple sentence from Jin, there are still many pieces of the story carefully kept out of sight. At the Taehyung Lovers channel, we don't just follow the news. We read the signals, dissect the smallest details, and piece together what hasn't been revealed to the public yet. The next content? Deeper, more honest, and possibly more shocking than you imagine. Now it's your turn. What do you think the real meaning of this moment is? Is this just ordinary togetherness? Or is there a message Taehyung intentionally wanted to convey? Write your thoughts in the comments. And make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because one thing is certain, Taehyung lovers are never late. We always arrive just before the world realizes it.